The year 2020 is gone and we had memorable moments, although a bit rocky to say the least. Let's take you back to some communities we visited across Nigeria this past year and tell you how we were able to mirror their challenges, dreams and aspirations. Stay with us. Just like a star, Anambra State, southeast Nigeria, stands tall, sharing boundaries with Delta State to the west, Rivers State to the south, Enugu State to the east, and Kogi State to the north. The light of the nation, it is called, pride in itself with 21 local government areas, rich in natural gas, crude oil, bauxite, and arable soil. Anambra State is one of Nigeria's food baskets, but challenges are limiting its potential.
We have fish here, we have everything. We have oil, yet we are abandoned. Abandoned not just by the federal government, but by the state government also.
We're now on our way to the Anambra West local government area, which can be accessed through land and water. Through Aguleri, we're making our way to the local government area, which locals tell us is one of the least developed in the state. Down this path lies the Omambala River. The area overlooking the popular river is filled with a lot of dirt. The canoes are lined up neatly, waiting to carry passengers to and from Umuezianam, the entrance into Anambra West local government area. The river is the only barrier between Aguleri and Anambra West local government. Omambala River holds many histories for Anambra State. The topography is flat in nature, making it prone to flooding when the waters overflow their banks. These rusty signposts that welcomes us to Anambra West local government area, the food basket of Anambra State. Umuezianam is quiet, perhaps from the air of uncertainty that pervades the atmosphere. The communities in Anambra West local government are blessed with fertile land for agricultural produce, farming and fishing. Sadly, this is not enough to lift them out of the quagmire that they find themselves in. But what's responsible for the state that Anambra West local government area finds itself today, despite the yearly allocation from the federal government? Today, sons and daughters of Anambra West local government who live and work outside the local government find it difficult to get to their ancestral homes because the roads are usually impassable and seasonal. Abandoned cars have been repainted with dust. It's a hard time at sections of the untarred stretch, giving cars a hard time. A situation that has left economic activities struggling for survival. We are approaching Nzam, and another signpost gives you the now familiar warning to drive slowly through the community. Just like Umuezianam, Nzam community is not bustling with activities. The people are relying on natural instincts to survive, losing faith and not expecting anything from the federal and state governments. Nzam, made up of about 8 villages, fits this description perfectly. Most of its inhabitants are farmers and fishermen.
I don't stay more than 30 years for this town. You see, I've never seen light even one day. All this pole is not working. It's not working. The pole is just, I will just call it, it's a picture. I will call it a picture, ordinary display. Just put it there, nothing, no light, nothing. I don't know whether we are in Nigeria or we are in Anambra State. I can't tell.
This is the modern primary healthcare center in Nzam. While it does look modern, the facilities therein may not be different from those in the Stone Age. Only 2 persons provide services to the entire community, and there is no doctor in the facility. One of the rooms here has beds that are not in good condition, even as other mattresses lie stacked in a corner. And when the rain decides to pour from the sky, some sections of the roof leak. These are pit latrines for patients, just outside the main building. We set out to other communities to find out how they have been coping. We have arrived at Odomagu community. The primary health center in the community is now a shadow of itself. The structure stands out. The paints on the wall are gradually fading off, even as stone posters deface the walls. Nothing is indeed working. While this particular room looks neat, one cannot say the same for other rooms in the health center. Files and other paperwork are scattered on shelves, and they look like they haven't been touched in a long time. Apart from the structure, there is indeed no health center here, forcing people who really need care to go to the city and, in some instances, neighboring states. Bed frames and other equipment are wasting away as they have become the landing place for dust and dirt. The dusty roofs tell the story of a people who have over the years been neglected. Hundreds of indigents live under these roofs, but they are not happy with the situation of things. For them, life in Inoma is equal to pain, but giving up is not an option. It is a problem that has got the young and old talking. Water installations are everywhere, but they are empty and abandoned. A better looking one stands at another place in the community, but it has been rendered dormant. The small structure built around the borehole area that houses the pump now serves as a shelter for goats, chickens, and other stray animals. While we can notice trails of water on the water treatment plant, the barbed wires used for keeping people and animals from straying into the area are falling. And what do the people of Inoma drink? Far from potable is this brownish liquid filled with dirt. This is their reality, and so many of the locals have paid the ultimate price, death, for quenching their thirst with this. We are now on the terrific journey to another community, Odekbe. The community can only be accessed on a motorcycle through a dusty narrow path, all the while through farmlands. The rocky path becomes more narrow amid undulating plains, while we keep on inhaling the rising dust. From here, all we see are bushes, and we can imagine the risk that people of the communities around the route face daily. After more than 15 minutes on a journey that seemed to go on forever, we got to our destination.
The distance now is not more good enough again, so we don't have light, nothing, we don't have anything again to show, so we are staying on the heat. We need government help now.
The signpost of the community's Reproductive Referral Health Center, Oromaititi Anam, a UNFPA project, stands in a corner, meant to be a hub for the treatment of reproductive issues in the entire local government. It is operating below its capacity. Recording scanty activities daily, only one person is in fact in charge of this center.
Yes, the ambulance keke they gave to us, it can't apply our road because it's tricycle. Tricycle does not go in a very bad road. And for that reason, you can see that our tricycle at the road there. The day when they went out with it, it broke down. I have repaired it more than 4 times.
It is night time at Oromaititi Anam, and darkness has fallen. Except for a few lights coming from vehicles, torches, and some of the solar-powered street lights, there is nothing exciting to look forward to. We are feeling the pain of the people, many of whom have never experienced what it is like to be connected to the national grid. Loud blaring sound of generating sets everywhere you go. The gleams of sunshine beaming across Abuja. The indigenous people of Abuja are holding on to the sunshine without letting the shadows of yesterday spoil the hope of today. They needed to soothe the long and weary night away. But what happens when rising above the storm still doesn't bring the light your way? This signpost gives direction to the junior secondary school, Alu. And just by the end of the road is River Gurara, through which people and senior secondary school students are expected to cross over. This is the only link between Alu and 5 other communities to the Abaji township. With an estimated population of about 7,000 to 8,000 people, here comes the only means of crossing, this blue rundown boat. It is the only one that serves the residents of these communities. For others, a walk in the river, clothes and shoes in hand, is the surest way of getting to the other side.
How is it that persons are able to cope using just one boat with a population of about 8,000 people?
Here in this riverine area, we have 4 communities with a population of 8,000. It includes Maogi, it includes Mamagi, it includes Alu and one other village. So they find it difficult to transfer their farming goods to Abaji market, and this has been affecting these people that do occupy this very area. It has been affected for quite numbers of years. Yes, this particular boat was donated by distinguished Senator Tanimu Phillips Aduda, and this is the only surviving boat among the boats that do carries peoples and their goods from their community cross down to Abaji Township during market days. And this boat, as a only surviving boat, cannot continue to be serving people for a particular numbers of times.
It is morning in Paikonkore community, a farming settlement in the Gwagwalada Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. The people are going about their businesses. The animals are also scavenging for what to eat. But Paikonkore is a far cry from the beauty of the city center. Place lacking basic amenities, with open sewage systems passing in the middle of clustered houses. Shallow drainage outlets like this cross through this community, leaving children and adults alike at the risk of diseases. The blackish, shallow drains have no destination, and most of the time they are stagnant, with the stench ever present. Sustainable Development Goal 6 aims to ensure access to clean water and sanitation for all. In Paikonkore, getting potable water is a challenge. With dirt and human and animal feces all over the place, this brownish-green river provides an open source of water to the community. Most of the locals do their laundry and wash their utensils here. According to a recent study, the river harbors 6,000 bacteria colonies per liter of water, leaving the residents at the risk of diseases like urinary schistosomiasis, diarrhea, dysentery, intestinal cramps, among others. But they continue to flock to the river because they have no choice.
Water is scarce sometimes, but sometimes we have a lot of water. We get water from the borewell and we get water from the river. If I'm inside the river, it will be easier for me. When it's rainfall, it's very difficult for us. Sometimes we cannot even wash inside the river.
This is how we began a journey, the very long one, to Machina. Machina is more than 1,000 years old, having antecedents with the old Kanem-Borno Empire. Located in the far north of Yobe State, it is an emirate that prides itself of a rich cultural and historical background. Surrounded by hills and rocks, it is bordered by Jigawa State to the south and Niger Republic to the north. This is the local government headquarters of Machina local government area of Yobe State, blessed with a lot of mineral resources. Snakes. Yes, snakes. The dreaded reptiles which many regard as enemies. Killing snakes in Machina is a taboo because they are royalty here. They are the revered species. Located in the semi-arid zone of northeastern Nigeria, sites like this are also common in Machina. Beautiful camels taking refuge under a tree, and snacking on leaves. It is sunny and the winds are very harsh. This is the Premier Healthcare Center in Machina. It is now wearing a new look. This was not what it used to look like. It was a mud building serving more than 10,000 patients. Follow the Money initiated the Equip Machina campaign and successfully tracks the construction of a primary healthcare center with a solar-powered borehole executed by the Border Communities Development Agency.
Just to ask to continue.
So before, people from Machina, they have to go to Guru for delivery and other health. So Guru from Machina is 60 kilometers. But now with this PHC, I think it will reduce the number of death of children, because before this PHC is constructed, there is a lot of cases. Before woman will be taken to labor to Guru, which is 60 kilometers, it will be a problem. So with the construction of this new PHC, I think it will reduce all those.
After a rather long journey, we got into Okeogbe, a community on the fringes of Lagos State, an Egu-speaking community in the Oloruda Local Council Development Area of Badagry. No signpost to show or tell us where we were. Members of the community even tried to search for one erected years ago. We can only see abandoned poles which residents use as a platform. Others, too scared to move on the abandoned poles, will rather wade through the water. It is a difficult task for residents of this community to link up with the rest of Lagos, as they are cut off as a result of the absence of a bridge. This is a long wooden bridge, a link to the community. It is a self-help project put together by the community to help residents cope with the challenge till help from the government comes.
Ráùdù wọn wà wọ́ọ̀dù ẹ̀ fún wọn ṣe dé dajì wọn fi ọ̀nà yẹn lẹ̀ láti ìgbà yẹn tó ti filẹ̀ yẹn wọn filẹ̀ ní 2013 wọn tó filẹ̀ ní 2013 láti bọ̀ 2013 láti bẹ̀ sí kọ̀wé lórí ẹ̀ lọ sí wọ́ọ̀s akọ̀wé sí gọ́fúnà àti ń retí wọn.
The year 2020 ended on a similar high note, and we're hoping that the COVID-19 pandemic will not bring about another lockdown that will hamper development in rural communities. We're also hoping that the government will yield to the cries of the people and provide basic social amenities. That being said, we want to thank all our sponsors and persons supporting us on this program. We also want to say thank you for recognizing our work at the grassroots. We also look forward to more partnerships this year. From all of us on the Community Forum crew, to have a wonderful new year. Nigeria is going to be celebrating its 6th decade of independence, but it is yet to celebrate its tourism potential. This is the Anombalam River, where the Anambra State derived its name from. And all I see around is devastation. Complicated though, forget that one. Now this is the Omombala River, where the Anambra State, where the state Anambra got derived, blah, blah, blah. This is the Onombala River. This is the Omombala River. Says that Omombala. This is the Onombala River, where the state Anambra revenue is elected state. But in honor of this, That wasn't good. I don't know what I said I did.
Can you say something?
Okay. So, but it's funny, sir.
Just say something, let me respond.
Yeah. Okay, so, first of all, I'm very scared.
No problem, no problem, nothing will happen. Just feel comfortable.
Okay. The police seem to be doing what they can to salvage the situation, but are these efforts enough to save the people in these numerous communities that have been abducted? And that's the question that is waiting to be answered. But that's all we can take on this episode of the Anam in Anambra West local government area of Anambra State. And very interesting thing caught my eye here in the community. We have women manning the security post. This is the security post for this community, and the women are all seated, 3 of them. They're seated right here. And I'm going to be asking them, why is it that women are manning or safeguarding the security of the community? Dalu? No. Nani. You will talk. So why is it that women are manning the security post? Asking you some questions, you'll be answering some questions.
Of course you can.
Are we good? Alright, so just tell us your name. These pillars may not be useless after all, as they serve as stepping stones in and out of Okeogbe community. But that's our episode for today. You can follow us on our social media platforms for updates. Is it like that's news?